Did you guys see that?
No.
Oh yeah.
It was so loud though. And now, can you turn your
is it loud?
desktop volume down a little bit?
No, actually, I can't.
You can turn it down in voice meter.
Oh. Let's see. Where?
Turn down that aux volume slider, the big one.
And virtual input.
Yeah.
How do I sound now? How does this sound now?
A little more. That's good.
A little more?
That's good.
Okay.
That's good. Yeah.
Angela Bassett did the thing, guys.
It's still very loud, but it makes sense now for the bit.
It's not as brash.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
More like
Why are you
belongs in
eating
the trash.
Oh, have we figured out what Angela Bassett's thing was that she did?
It was fucking Black Panther Wakanda Forever, right?
Well, yeah, but is that just broadly just what she was referencing there? Is
She did
Angela
the thing.
Bassett
She was great.
she was in Black Panther?
Yeah, she did the thing, man.
She did. She was the best part of that. I will concede.
I haven't seen it, but it's good to hear.
Well, let me tell you, Angela Bassett.
She did the thing.
Did the thing. Hey Mal. I'm doing the tweet right now. We can get acclimated with the chat while we're doing this.
The chat scares me, and I don't follow it. So that's why you never hear from me, chat.
Yeah.
You're right. You're right to be scared of the chat.
You can stream to Twitch from Xbox natively. Just press stream and go. However, unlike the PlayStation one, it doesn't play chat on the overlay. You're just going. And I had streamed the last hour of Hi-Fi Rush when I was playing it for Producer Pre on my personal Twitch. Just didn't tell it. Just I'm just gonna put it up there. You can watch along. We were hanging out. And then later on, we found out that Bran was watching and chatting along with all of it. And I was like, oh, no.
Oh, no.
Text Bran. I was like, I couldn't see chat. I'm so sorry.
Dang. You'd think that they'd figure a way to make that work. I mean, you're just out there raw dogging Twitch and Xbox.
Yes,
That's exactly what I was doing on Twitch.
Damn.
Raw Dog and Twitch. This is the adventures of Raw Dog and Twitch.
That does
That
sound like a
would've been a good name
Nickelodeon
for you.
show.
Yeah, that'd be a good name for my cats. Hey, buddy. Would you prefer to be called Raw Dog?
I don't think anybody would.
This is Raw
Imagine
Dog
if
and
you were
Twitch.
born into a world and they named you Raw Dog.
Raw Dog and Twitch.
More traffic in the mornings with Raw Dog and Twitch.
Yeah, that does sound like a morning zoo show.
I'm excited for when, if these cats keep eating my microphone cord. Not my microphone cord, but they just kind of chew on cords, and I'm excited for the one day that it's gonna be like, oh, don't chew on that cord. And
That was
they
the
just
funniest possible time for the audio to cut out.
Yeah,
Did
yeah,
you
yeah.
do that on purpose?
I did it on purpose.
Okay,
yeah,
thank. Oh,
to give you
my-
the good simulation.
That was good. That was good.
I wonder if you sounded like Miles Davis having trouble with roadies right there. You're like, one of these days, these cats are gonna chew through my cords.
God damn.
One of these days, I don't know what Miles Davis sounded like.
Did he sound like that?
I don't think he sounded anything like that.
In my head, he sounded like that. I'm the coolest of the cool.
I'm Miles Davis.
I'm Miles Davis. Probably sound like that at the end. Don't get
That's
up
your
there.
old woman voice.
It is.
Yeah,
And his Miles Davis voice, apparently.
yeah. It's actually old woman is like is back there. It's way back in the throat.
Yes,
But
I can
Miles
tell the
is
difference.
Miles is a little wispier because he's got so much heroin. So it's like, there's
the
Miles.
Napoleon Dynamite's grandma, Miles Davis.
Yeah. was talking with some buddies today. We were talking about the 4 kinds of podcasts, where you lie on like the middle square. I forgot what it's called.
The
Mendel Square.
the Punnett Square would be the
Punnett Square. Yeah, thank you. Where it's either smart guys talking about smart things, smart guys talking about dumb things, dumb guys talking about smart things, or dumb guys talking about dumb things. And I was like, you know, you all know me. I raised my hand. I was like, I think Radish is kind of dumb guys talking about dumb things, expecting at least like a little bit of like, oh no, like you guys are pretty smart. Like one of like you guys have degree, like something like that. And my buddy is like, yeah, no offense, but you're right. It's like, hey, wait a minute.
Yeah, you can't do that.
No.
Yeah, I was like, I got other people, like some other people in the conversation were like, no, you guys are pretty smart. I think it's fine. But
Did you tell him that one of your hosts can't speak perfect English?
no.
It's me.
Yeah. It's me. I'm the one that's tripping over my words.
No, I think we're a 5. I think we're like a little bit. I think we're dumb people talking about dumb things in smart ways.
Oh.
If that makes sense.
I'll go
I
one
would
further.
think, yeah.
I'll add one more parent to this Gregor Mendel Punnett Square.
Oh,
We are
parents.
smart
Gregor
people
Mendel.
acting like dumb people talking about smart or dumb things alternatively.
That's where I would put us also. It's like, it's just for comedic effect, folks. I read, sometimes I pick up a New Yorker article. I'm not this stupid all the time.
I
Wait, are
know
we
Grimace
really
is
not being our true
circumcised.
selves?
I'm playing dumb. You guys were doing characters.
Me don't know. Me don't know.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
Me no read much, but
little mouse boy.
for those of you who are listening now and thinking, what the hell are these idiots talking about? You need to listen to last week's episode. It was one of our favorites that we've done in so long. Sean had ChatGPT write us some scripts of various Radish episodes, and it was so good. It nailed us pretty well.
It got us quick, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
What show is this?
Yeah, I'll just get around to introducing that. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Radish. Shoot, what number are we on? This is number
238.
38.
Holy guacamole, yeah. So this is a certified Tyler episode, folks. We've got a lot of really great animal-related news stories. You're going to join me for a new segment called Tyler's Tinfoil Hat Society. So if you have some Reynolds wrap laying around, go ahead and make yourself a hat.
The panic.
Sean's screwed. The government's going to hear him. We're going to be talking about a lot of things that have happened in the past few weeks. The Japanese orb that washed up on shore, as well as the Mexican president has come out and said that they have seen visual proof that elves exist. So we're going to take a deep dive into this.
The Mexican president watched the Goblin compilation on YouTube.
This is you as a baby.
You're not far off. You're not far off. Yeah. And then we're bringing back a classic, folks. It's the return of Lit or Not Lit. It's lit, and we're going to be bringing it back at the end. What are you schmoes talking about, Will? I'm not going to even fathom pronouncing what you brought.
It's Paw Patrol.
That's how you say Paw Patrol in Japanese.
No, I got a manga. Sean's got a manga. All God's children got mangas.
Oh, yes.
Goddamn.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
I don't read much manga, but I hear it's good.
It's mostly pictures. You'd like it.
Me no read much. Yeah, so we're listening to episode 238 of Radish. I'm Tyler Elefunk. That's right, my father's Apple D app and my mother's Taboo. You would
Apple
think
D app. Is that really
My
one
father.
of their names?
Apple
My
D
father.
app is the non-taboo guy who's not Will I Am.
you would think
Oh,
that
sure enough.
Fergie would be my mom, but Fergie gave birth to me, but we really more so consider her a family friend. Apple D app and Taboo are my real family.
I don't know what Taboo's contributions to the Black Eyed Peas were besides staring into the camera.
Yeah, he looks the hardest of all.
Yeah,
like,
he does.
He's there for the cred. He's there in case a fight breaks out, because Will I Am, Apple D App ain't gonna be able to.
You hope they never have to use Taboo, but he's there just in case. In case of emergency, break Taboo. I'm Will Taboo Far.
Sean, I am. I don't know.
That was, I'll accept it. I'll accept it. So good news this week.
Yeah.
Number one. Oh, sorry, Sean. Did you have anything else to add to that?
No, don't do that.
Wait, let's go back and put you on the spot again.
You said, "Oh," like I was blowing past some amazing thing you were about to talk about. Okay. So swamp monkeys. Number one, I didn't even know swamp monkeys were a thing. I didn't know they were a thing. I found out they were a thing last week. That's the story. For some reason,
Not another one. Go on.
no, you would think that there have been so many. If you go to the AP News website and go to oddities, half the stories are about zoo animals getting out of their enclosures. It's nuts. This happened at the St. Louis Zoo. A cleaning staff left open the door to the swamp monkeys exhibit, and two of them just got out. They're, monkeys, they're naturally inquisitive. They see a door open. You can't blame them. Can't blame
I've seen
swamp
movies.
monkeys for. Yeah.
Monkeys
Exactly.
are they are quick to take opportunities, and when
Sure.
when a window closes and they see a door open, they hear the voice of God and they take it.
Exactly. And these aren't establishment monkeys. These are swamp monkeys. You know what I'm saying? They're looking to drain their swamp. So they got the hell out of there. They were caught pretty quickly. But I wanted to include this story because it mentioned it buried the lead. It mentioned it like the last paragraph. This occurred after an Andean bear escaped its enclosure not once, but twice, weeks before these monkeys got out. And,
You gotta let it go at that
The bear
point.
got farther. But Andean bear, Sean's favorite Andean bear. We know we don't have to fear them that much, but
Yeah, he
Friend
wasn't going
is-
to find much in St. Louis.
yeah, go see the arch and go back in his cage.
Yeah,
Have
that's
some
it, I
overhyped
guess.
barbecue. This is the St. Louis Zoo reported the 2 escaped swamp monkeys as a minor incident. What qualifies as a major incident?
Probably the bear,
Is the bear?
the bear.
because the bear could cause trouble downtown. The swamp monkeys are going right for the nearest house with a car in the lawn.
Yeah.
Which
I
I
don't-
should mention is how I think I've talked about my previous state discriminations in the past. We talked about North Carolina a couple weeks ago. I just imagine Missouri as just you got a couple houses with cars in the lawn, and then
Yeah.
the arch.
The arch.
Yeah, and then it snows once in the wintertime, and then the ice stays there, turns gray and nasty, and just stays there
Oh.
forever. That's what I remember from my half year living in St. Louis. But yeah, no, see, the monkeys are easier to find than the bears, because when a monkey gets out, you figure they're going to go to a home in which children are living under unnecessarily strict parents.
Yes,
and the
of
monkey's
course.
going to go in there and cause some sort of mayhem.
A hotel,
Go
maybe.
bananas. Yeah, hotel. Go bananas, so to speak, and loosen the family up to where, the parents realize they're being a little too strict. They need to put the phone down, stop answering emails as much. And
The
connect
dad
with
stops
their-
going
with
on
their children.
business trips.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got a Bluetooth
Yeah.
headset, and he's like, "Just a minute, kids." Then at the end, he tells his boss to hang up.
Yeah. He just inexplicably throws his phone at the car window.
Yeah, that's free.
After letting loose the swamp monkeys in the forest, because that's where he thinks they live. No,
They immediately die. They immediately die.
Picked up by a hawk.
There's nothing for them to eat.
This
Get
is
out of
Protected for
here.
themselves.
the primate house was temporarily closed to the public. And I know that means the primate house in the zoo, but I like to think there is a national organization called the Primate House, like the Masonic Lodge, that is just responsible. There's local chapters, just the Primate House. I'm a member. I go to a meeting. I'm the
We're doing
treasurer.
singles night. We're gonna do singles night at the primate house. You in?
Go play bingo.
Just closed down. They're holding an emergency. All the big apes, all the great apes, so to speak, were there to discuss. You had Grodd. You had
Top
Winston
banana.
Overwatch.
Damn. Well, maybe next time the monkeys will make it. I shouldn't root for that. They don't know how to fend for themselves in nature.
That's true.
I
I just,
figure it out.
you know how like at the beginning of like every like end of the world movie, there's always a shot of like animals escaping the zoo.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be doomer about it, but like it's only March and we've gotten like a handful of stories of just like these monkeys are escaping. So maybe it's not all at once, but maybe it's like little bits and pieces.
Yeah.
Who in these dystopian movies is letting the animals out? Because they're not escaping. Like, that's not going to happen to every animal. Like, I don't want to be a doomer about this, but if the world ended, the zoo animals would also end in the cages.
Yeah, they would. They'd be one of the first. Let's be real.
Well, maybe it's like an infrastructure thing, and like the electric fences fail, or like the doors open
before a giraffe starves to death.
I gotta watch Rise of the Planet of the Apes again because maybe there's something there.
They had Caesar.
No,
with the
that
keys.
was coordinated.
Yeah.
That was.
I hate to say this, guys, but you were literally leading me right into the next story here. We have what happens when this happens.
Perfect.
We got cocaine hippos in Colombia.
Ooh,
folks.
the sequel.
Yeah, the sequel. So a lot of us know about this, but for those who don't, in Colombia, Pablo Escobar, he had a lot of very interesting pets. He had 4 very interesting pets that lived in a lake on his property that were hippos that he brought over from Africa. Well, he was killed closely after that, and his properties were abandoned. No, not by the hippos. By the government. I think the U.S. got him. I think we got him.
We got one.
We got one of them. So
who did we get?
I've not finished not Marcos, the pizza, Narcos yet, so I don't. Spoilers, I guess. I haven't finished Marcos. I put it in the box for later.
I'm not watching Narcos, but I am watching Marcos. It's riveting.
Old world pepperoni. That's all I know about Marcos. They don't have them out here. I've had Marcos exactly once, and there were 2 different pepperonis. And I was like, okay, I got to go with the old world.
What's old world pepperoni? That sounds like what your Italian grandfather would make a dirty joke about.
Ask Marco. I didn't notice a big difference. Anyways, I digress. The hippos. So they went unchecked. There are like hundreds of hippos at this point.
Well, he's still alive.
No, Pablo Escobar is very dead. The hippos.
I looked up El Chapo.
Yeah, he's still alive. Which he's got some crazy ass stories and escaping prisons and stuff that
guy's a real jerk.
Surprised me to this day. Yeah. Don't look up too much about El Chapo. You won't like what you find. You can't be El Chapo in today's day and age.
Yeah, they couldn't make El Chapo today.
So there are how many? So there are over 70 hippos in a 125-mile radius of Bogota, just in the river there, and they don't know what to do. Originally, they were like, "I guess let's kill them," and then people who don't know the situation came out and said, "Well, no, let's not kill the hippos." So now they're going to be shipping 70 of them to India and
to your house.
Yeah, to my house.
We're doing a publisher's clearinghouse for the Colombian hippos. You show up with balloons and a big check. You're going to need more space. Exactly.
70 hippos. It doesn't even say dollars. It says 70
hippopotamuses. 70 hippos. You're getting 70 hippopotamuses.
70 big ones.
70 big ones.
I wonder if you could change the prize at Publishers Clearinghouse and people wouldn't notice, because they probably, people who play that don't look at the dollar amount. They just fill it out and send it in the mail. They could probably show up at their house with like a bunch of VCRs and be like, "You got to take these."
You sign for them.
Bunch of cheese.
So obviously these hippos are a nuisance because they have 0 natural predators in Colombia, but surprisingly enough, they have killed 0 people allegedly. which is shocking because I have to include allegedly. Yeah, they do. In Africa, they're like one of the leading causes of death among African animals.
They're the most dangerous land animal in Africa, I believe.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's shocking. It is shocking that they're predicting in 4 years there's going to be over 300 hippos in Colombia. They are damaging the environment because their feces change the composition of the water, and it's killing capybaras and manatees.
No,
so
no,
that's the real problem.
Not the cute ones.
The two kindest animals.
Exactly. So that's where we're at with these cocaine hippos.
I'm going to see what Fiona from the Cincinnati Zoo has to say about this. The cutest little 500-pound baby hippo in the United States. If y'all aren't following her, you got it.
You really
I follow the drama. There's a lot of drama with that hippo.
Is there really?
Yeah.
Hippo's a messy bitch.
She honestly is.
What you've presented here is the antithesis to the news story from 2 weeks ago, which was Canadian super pigs are coming down from the north. And now we have, from the South America, we have cocaine hippos heading north. They're going to collide, and we're going to have a mammoth versus hippo fight in the middle of the United States, in Missouri, I assume. And the SWAT monkeys will be there to keep score. That's why they're getting out. They know it's coming.
Get the hell out of there.
They can hear the
All
rumbling.
the animals are trying to escape for the rumbling.
Damn. Well,
I look forward to it.
Me too. That of the ways to go, I think hundreds of hippopotamuses would be up there.
I want to be shot to death.
Of course, that's number one, but
yeah. We're trying to poach the 100 hippopotamuses.
Yeah. So you know what? That wraps up good news for this week. Maybe next week we'll have some more animals. But what did you guys bring for good stuff?
I'll go real quick because I'm real excited. I think, where I was this time last year of just, guys, I know you're really enjoying it, but One Piece is just such a investment. I don't really know if I have the time or the interest to read 1,000 chapters. I don't really know. Then, I go visit Will once. He hands me a copy of Volume 1.
The first
one's
okay.
Free. It's good. And now I am just about to crack 600 chapters. Almost a year later, I've finished part 1 of One Piece. I've hit the time skip, and I just want to say, the hype is worth it. It's one of the best narratives I've ever read. I think should be required reading for at least my kids. I don't want to give them, Harry Potter or anything like that.
Ron DeSantis is trying to get this off the shelves in Florida, so
I know exactly for which arc and which island, which is unfortunate because they're great. But man, what else? There's not much more that can be said about the series. It's wonderful. It's magical. It teaches you so many great lessons. It's just the characters are great. The plot is. The world building's unbelievable. The way Oda crafts, just these overarching themes and plots it's remarkable. And I guess this is just a big follow-up to say thanks. And I'm excited to get through the next 500 chapters and try and catch up before the finale.
You got time. He said he's not in a hurry to finish it. He said,
okay,
we're on the final saga, but he said you still have time to catch up.
Yeah, we were in Wano for years.
Yeah. I just, if I can, at this rate, I feel like I can be caught up by maybe early next year, but we'll see.
Yeah. The next arcs go quick. Despite them being longer, they do move pretty quick.
Yeah. I didn't know it was all building up to such a climactic arc, and man, I thought I had gone through it with so many different backstories and all of that, but man, the Marineford it packs a wallop.
You're reading and watching, right?
I sort of watching. I threw on I think by the time I was about to finish Enies Lobby, I was like, man, I really liked Water 7 and Enies Lobby. I'm gonna start watching the anime. It's just like it's nice to have on, especially because like everything on screen, nothing's really new to me, in terms of story wise. So I can kind of divert 60% of my attention. But yeah, I'm currently now in Thriller Bark in the anime, which is it's taking forever. But boy, the voice acting and the colors and the characters are all great to see, in motion. But I'm don't know if I'm looking forward to getting Marineford, but we're gonna see.
There's a fan project online called One Piece, which is a completely recut master cut of the anime, and they've cut all of the spliced in reaction shots and the padding and the intro and outro, so every arc is like a couple of hour-and-a-half episodes instead of a year of episodes.
Like several weeks.
They made it match the pacing.
That's great. I can't imagine what it would have been like to like be an anime only for One Piece and still be like, yeah, man, I love it because it's just so much and it drags.
They're like a year behind the manga right now.
There's just so many filler episodes. It's like, you finish an episode, it's like the height of an arc, and they're like, next week we're going back to fucking the East Blue, and we're gonna see young Luffy help a child find its lost balloon. I'm like, I don't want to do that.
Sounds lovely.
I know, but like, I want to watch what I've read. But yeah, it's great. I'm trying to pitch so many people on it. I think the only other person I can force would be my future child. Be like, all right, cool, take it.
You know what I watched over the weekend? Adult Swim aired a crossover event.
Oh yeah,
of One Piece and Dragon Ball and
Toriko.
A property called Toriko. Yeah, I've never heard of Toriko or seen or read or. Do you watch Toriko? Will?
It's not very promoted over here because I believe the mangaka is kind of a creep. But it's the guy who made, I think he made like Build King, I want to say, that was promoted on Shonen Jump for a little bit. It's an older one.
Okay. But the crossover is fun. It's episode 590. It's like an official One Piece episode. If you want to see Luffy fighting alongside Goku and Zoro fighting Vegeta and Piccolo and Robin hanging out. Oh, also, what's really funny, and you guys will appreciate this, is what's it? Goten and Trunks turn into Gotenks, and then the General Frankie shows up, and it shows the two boys getting really excited about a robot, and they're like, "Oh, it's
my
a nice
favorite."
Oh, that's fun.
My favorite
I'm gonna
running
cut this
joke.
out of the podcast, but it's for One Piece fans, it was a nice little callback to the manga there. But Sean, I am so glad that you're finally on board.
I've been on board. I should mention I've been on board since Arlong Park. But
did you bring your hopes and dreams? Climb aboard and bring up.
Okay, we're gonna get
Anyways.
DMCA.
Yeah. But yeah, I just want to say it's great. Been loving the journey. Can't wait to read more. I just got so hyped at the small spoilers, but like the cross out 3Y and it's 2Y or 3D and then 2Y. I got so hyped at that chapter. It's
a good. I can't. It's a funny joke, but I can't say it. I'll tell you. I'll text you later.
Tell you when you're older.
Yeah. Just the fellows over here. If you're caught up on One Piece though and want something to read, also on the Shonen Jump app.
Whoa.
Yeah, I know. There's a new series. Friend of the show, producer Pri sent it to me. It just got licensed this week. It's called Gokurakugai. It is Japanese for red light district. It is about two. They're called troubleshooters, but really, Sean, you're gonna like this. They're fixers, and they are just like your boy MC.
They got the MCs. Hell yeah.
Yeah, there's a scene where the guy walks by with a big basket of baguettes. But they're fixers in the red light district, and It's a young shonen protagonist guy named Alma, I believe Alma, and his kind of handler Tao. I believe I haven't heard them pronounced out loud, so I might be messing that up. Alma, yes, thank you. Yeah, and they work in kind of the nightlife area of, it's presumed to be, I don't think it's ever explicitly said Tokyo. It might be. They use yen, so I assume it is. But I went and checked. I couldn't find them mention Tokyo specifically or the time period. But yeah, people show up to their little office and they're like, "Hey, my friend's missing," or like, "Hey, I need these pictures gone," or this, and then they are basically enforcers. There's also a supernatural element to it, which I don't really want to spoil, but when you kind of see where the direction it's going, it's very satisfying. That like maybe there's a little bit more than just them doing odd jobs in the neon-soaked underbelly of the city. It's really fun. The art's beautiful. Like it's got so much detail and care in it. It helps that it is a monthly series and not a weekly series. So chapters are 50 pages long, and they come out once a month. And the first 6 are up right now. 7, I believe, is coming out this month sometime. But read it for sure, because you can catch up real quick, and it's just gorgeous and fun and neat series. That's all I'll say.
Nice. I've read half of the first chapter, and I'm excited to get back. It's really good.
I'm gonna have to throw this into rotation right now.
Knock on wood, though, because the last new Shonen Jump property that came out got unceremoniously canceled like 12 chapters in. So everybody go and read it so that doesn't happen. Aliens area.
Yeah, Red Hood Hunters Guild, please. Yeah, the producer Pri is correct. The manga sold out in 4 days in Japan on the first printing. It is.
Oh, good.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's also it's not a weekly Shonen Jump series. It's on Jump Plus, which is like what I mean. It's on Jump Plus. It's what like it's their online portal, and those tend to have a lot of
really
cult hits. Yeah, so you got Fire Punch. You got Spy Family is there.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Good to know. Good to know. Well, nice. Two very good manga recommendations for y'all to check out as nice palate cleansers after y'all finish Fire Punch from my recommendation last week. Unless
there's not enough.
Unless you just don't want to live anymore, which I wouldn't blame you either after reading Fire Punch.
This palate will never be uncleansed.
So speaking of past episodes, so the last episode that I hosted, it was a good time. We had many different UFOs flying through the air. We had the Chinese spy balloon flying through the air. So there's some interesting occurrences that have happened since the last episode I've hosted. So I decided I want to turn this into a kind of a segment, and that is Tyler's Tinfoil Hat Society. So anybody who watched X-Files growing up, who don't prescribe to what the government is telling you.
Prescribe
these things. What did I say?
You said prescribe like a medicine.
Yeah, exactly. You're not taking the U.S. government's medicine. Well, take the COVID stuff. I mean the misinformation. I'm not that kind of conspiracy theorist. The Tinfoil Hat Society all are proudly multi-vaxxed. But when it comes to alien stuff, everybody got to put our tinfoil hats on. This is the tinfoil. Sean, I guess the government's just gonna hear everything that you're thinking. Wow, I like the horns.
Yeah, all tinfoil hats are dunce caps. Mine's a Viking helmet.
Yeah, you're right. Mine's like an acorn top.
Yeah. If I was the least creative person on earth, I'd have that hat too.
I've got a crystal bowl.
That's gonna amplify it.
Yeah.
I might transcend.
I have like a Hollow Knight.
Just keep thinking what you're thinking and throw the government off. So I got two stories that I need to discuss with you guys. Number one, this happened a few weeks ago. This is kind of old news, but we didn't get to talk about it on Radish, and that is the sphere that washed up on a Japanese beach. Did you guys see this when this happened?
Yes.
No.
Maybe?
Yeah, the giant. It was a giant lead
saw the
ball.
picture.
Okay. Yeah. So a giant metal mystery orb recently washed up on the shore of Enshu Beach in Hamamatsu, Japan. This object
Nice.
was about 5 feet in diameter, and it was described as a giant iron ball. Soon afterwards, Japanese government showed up in hazmat suits. They started checking it out. They started doing X-rays on it. They determined it's hollow. But
Kinder egg.
and a lot of people online are saying, you know what? This is an egg. This is a spy device. Cheeton claimed that it was them buried in the sand and it was just their head poking out, which I think. Now the government's going to hear us, Sean.
Sean's opened up his mind for the government. I hope somebody on Twitch does find this. It's just under like conspiracy theories. Ivermec fan 95 says, "Hell yeah, brother."
Just to be clear, go get your COVID shot. This conspiracy theorist says that's not a conspiracy. But the Japanese government, they've come out, they've declared this is a giant buoy. They said that this is a mooring buoy. It's big, so big ships can see it. But I'm not buying it.
No.
Are we going to trust the world government that works with the American government, whose leader is married to a girl named Flotus? I think not. This is certainly not a buoy. Frika agrees. What do you guys think that this is?
Empty sea mine.
A sea mine. What? So like a
No.
no?
Because
I
who would
think-
put an empty sea mine out there?
I think it's going to open up and the queen is going to step out. I think that this is where the queen has been this whole time, and this is.
Well,
she's
when's
about
the
to
coronation?
metamorphosize.
She doesn't have much time to crash it.
I
She
object.
washed up on the wrong beach. A lot of people are saying this is like the capsule teleporters from like Dragon Ball. You know what I'm talking about? They flew around in those little balls.
Yeah. Nappa's in there.
Nappa's in there. A lot of people saying kaiju egg, but I really do think that the queen's in there. They took it away. They didn't let us see what was inside, so we'll never know.
I had one a second ago because I think there's a lot of fun options here. Like buoy's the least fun option.
Of course. It was because Sean
What if-
dropped his glass.
Do we think that
Sorry.
there's like a target out in sea that's missing one of those giant balls? Because I can see one of those like losing its paint in the ocean, and
Yeah,
Atlantis target is missing the target ball.
yeah. It's the target from the underwater community in Black Panther 2: Wakanda Forever.
Yes, our favorite movie.
Yeah. Our Radish movie of the year.
That's why Namor got so mad. We found his target ball.
Are those target balls just so you don't run into the store? Is that just to keep you from plowing a car through the front?
No, what Sean, you'll know this. In D-Day, what are those things that the giant like barbs, like the giant X's that they set up on the beaches?
That Ron Swanson
is
has
it
in
the-
his office. Like the beach,
You know what I'm talking about?
the
Yeah.
anti-boat.
It was they didn't know this, but thanks to satellite photos, they zoomed out on the beaches in Normandy and they saw that the Germans actually spelt out Willkommen, but they used that weird Gothic font, so that's why it was in those big steel guys. But they actually welcomed the Allies to the beach with those big things. They ended up stopping boats, unfortunately, kind of ruined the plans, kind of made the whole welcome party a little not so great. There was a lot of fighting afterwards. But yeah,
That's a conspiracy I'd prescribe to.
yeah.
Do we think that
I've been there.
the orb
There's
is
still
the
confetti
O
on the ground.
to the X on the Normandy beaches? It's tic-tac-toe.
Nah. Yeah, you're right.
Oh yeah.
You're right.
I like to think it's a big ball bearing, and there's something spinning down there. There's like a big giant squid fidget spinner off in the Pacific Ocean.
Yeah, Men in Black marble.
Yeah. Or it's like a big. It's not a pearl exactly, but it's a pearl equivalent of something unknown, and it's down in the Marianas Trench. It's gonna make another one in about 42 years.
What if it opened up and just like a Keebler elf walked out? Just
be fucked
that
up.
was real the whole time.
Photorealistic. Yeah, just hello. Sits down on the
Hello
beach,
there.
shakes the sand out of his shoes.
Is this Delaware? Is this the Chesapeake Bay?
You know, it's funny that you mentioned that an elf walked out and we would finally know what an elf looks like, because in actuality, the president of Mexico has let us know already. If you guys have been really tuned in to conspiracy news, the Mexican president came out a few weeks ago, swears that he has a photo of a real life elf. El Presidente has a photo of an actual elf. If you guys saw the tweet, go to @RadishPod, the little infographic I used to promote the episode. That is the picture.
That's what that is.
That is the picture of the elf that the president claims is an actual elf. And he says it's a specific elf. It's called an Alux, A-L-U-X. It's from Yucatan folklore. They're believed to be creatures created by the gods to protect specific locations or natural features such as a cave, a hill, or a tree. The picture shows a dubious figure perched in a tree.
A Jawa.
They're said to be small elf-like creatures that can appear as young boys or old men, and they are believed to possess magical powers that allow them to change their size or shape. So
I'll tell you what it is. We saw this nearly over a decade ago. I think, we saw this 17 years ago
I know
in Crichton, Alabama.
Yep.
You remember the footage of the people that saw the leprechaun? They were looking up in the tree, and that's what they saw. He's down in Mexico now.
I think crackhead got into the wrong stuff, and it told him to get into a tree and play a leprechaun.
Because to me, that looks like a leprechaun to me.
Well, no. So the president knows for sure it's an elf, because he tweeted that he asked an engineer, and the engineer said that was an elf. So he says, believe me, it's an elf. I guess.
Producer Mal says Jeff Sessions, which I think we can't. I haven't heard from him recently. Maybe he's hiding out down there.
It could be Jeff Sessions, but no notes. No notes. I'm in 100%. I haven't agreed with Joe Biden and the U.S. government when it comes to the UAPs. I haven't agreed with the Japanese government when it comes to the giant orb. But Mexican president, he's batting 1 for 1 in my eyes. He got it. I think we got elf right there, folks. It's right proofs in the pudding.
It's the world's funniest cryptid to come out and say is real. Like, I've been running through the whole list. Like, if Mothman ended up being some sort of big moth thing, I'd be like, that's terrifying, but okay.
Yeah.
Elf. it's
Right.
Elf.
An elf.
Yeah.
It'd be amazing too, because if it were an elf, then there'd just be this whole online debate about it's not a Tolkien elf. It's not. It's no. This is what an elf is, and people would just be trying to qualify an elf and trying to make up a new name for it.
They'd pull him on Good Morning America or The Masked Singer.
It's the Yucatan.
It's the elf. Somebody would be a jerk. That's not his name. He has a name.
No, by the voice immediately. Yeah.
Yucatan elf gets milkshake ducked itself immediately. It's like, did you read the tweets that Yucatan elf tweeted out?
We found his Reddit account. Beautiful human submarines.
Oh man.
Well, this about concludes the meeting of Tyler's Tinfoil Hat Society, unless anybody has a motion or any other conspiracies that they've witnessed in the last few weeks until our next meeting.
Can I take the hat off?
Marianne Williamson is
I'm getting barbecue sauce in my hair.
Please. Yes.
I think Marianne
totally.
Williamson is planning on running for president again, so that should be plenty of good material coming out. She'll be, of all the U.S. presidential candidates, she'd be the first one to acknowledge and recognize the Yucatan elf.
Yeah. It'd be your vice president. Let's be real.
Yeah.
Producer Mal saw a shadow clone of their cousin.
In like the Naruto sense, like you watch.
Not like an
him
after
clone
image.
himself?
This is
Yeah. Explain.
in the summertime rendering sense. You have a
Okay.
doppelganger.
Oh, an evil doppelganger. Oh, a demonic presence way. Well,
Find a new cousin.
Might have been an
yeah,
elf.
Honestly, it might have been.
We don't know that
Get,
they-
ask it.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, ask an engineer. They'll be able to tell you.
I love that he
One
asked,
just told us.
he asked an engineer and he just said, "That's an elf."
Yeah, that looks like an elf to me, but
That's the underrated
just
part of this story.
Yeah.
Didn't even sign
You an
anything. Just
engineer?
verbally was like, "What? Hey, sir, are you an engineer? Is this an elf?" Hey, what's someone who's going to know what an elf looks like? Where's the nearest engineer?
What's the smartest person I could think of?
Not an archaeologist.
All right, well. Yeah. Wrapping things up. We're bringing back a classic, folks. It's the return of
The
Lit
Mac.
or Not Lit.
Is it lit or not lit?
I love it to death. It's
Yeah, we're back.
That is-
We're back.
the best music we've ever produced. Tyler, thank you.
Thank you. I don't know why it ever left.
I guess my
I
intro
think,
can go to hell.
Yeah, the amazing intro that we've had to our podcast for years, which I still don't think I could place every time I listen back, I'm like, oh, is that the D from D's Nuts? Like,
It is.
Yeah.
See, there we go. So
I'll tell you the
anyways,
answers sometimes. What's bothering you that much? Like it's not a
No,
secret.
I think discovering it. I think we should kind of like the Pepsi points thing, where some guy thought he won a helicopter. We should get people to submit what they have. You guys?
What?
Okay, hold on. Do I need to take a step back here?
This
Okay,
is salad
I'm gonna take a
steak
step
all
back
over
here.
again. This is
In the 90s, it was the 80s or the 90s. They invented the point system. Like you drink Pepsi, you get a point, right? In the commercial, it ended with the teenager landing. It wasn't a helicopter. It was an actual like F1, like not F1, whatever the F combination number of the fighter jet
The
was,
F-18.
landing. And yeah, the F-18. And they said you can even win an F-18, and didn't put any asterisk. They didn't even know you could buy one. Someone saved up the points necessary and went to Pepsi and said, "Give me my F-18."
Holy
And they
shit.
said no. It's a documentary about it on Netflix. Check it out. It's hilarious.
oh my god.
Bringing it back. Reeling it in.
There's a 30 Rock joke about that. There's a 30 Rock plot about that.
Well, it's based
Like
on a
I
true
couldn't have
story.
lived for longer than the rest of the afternoon after drinking that many full strength Pepsis.
He didn't drink any of them. He and an investor found a way to get pallets shipped to a warehouse, and then he paid people to sit there and just get all the codes.
He Veruca
off of
salted
the
it.
Pallets. Exactly. He Veruca salted an F-16. Never got it.
That's how all military equipment should be.
That's the thing is Pepsi was like, we literally, the military won't give it to us. So
If Northrop Grumman was like, sorry, world governments, we're working off Coke points now. You guys better start stocking up. Wars would stop immediately.
Camel cash.
yeah, diabetes would skyrocket.
Good. And politicians?
Put my conspiracy hat back on. So
The people keeping the L's from us?
yeah, people married to women named Flotus. So
Elf
lit or
name.
not lit. If you haven't been listening, I think it's been over a year since we played Lit or Not Lit. It's not even really a
Oh,
game. It's
man.
kind of really a framework for conversation. So I'm going to bring up a topic, and then the guys and myself are going to emphatically claim whether or not it's lit or not lit, and tell us why. So pretty easy to understand rules here. Why don't we go ahead and hop right in? Cyberpunk Edge Runners. I don't know if you guys ever watched that. I reviewed it on the show. It won the Crunchyroll Award for Anime of the Year. We feeling lit? We feeling not lit, folks?
Lit, I guess. I got no strong feelings one way or the other.
You said it's lit.
I'm
and
also
you have no
feeling-
strong.
Yeah, it's whatever. I haven't seen it yet. It looks pretty good. I'm glad that it's supposed to be. I know you didn't like it much, but I heard good things about it. Look, it could go to so many worse things.
Yeah,
That's true. It could go to worse things. I'm going to declare it not lit. Just because so many great anime. Like, I'd give it to not Attack on Titan. That didn't come out last year. I'd give it to Chainsaw Man.
Chainsaw Man
Is not eligible. Winter does not count.
Oh.
So it cuts off at the fall
Demon
season.
Slayer? What about Demon Slayer? I'd give it to Demon Slayer Season 2 over Cyberpunk Edge Runners. But that's just me. Maybe it's just personal taste. It did revive an entire game franchise. Like,
Yeah,
Didn't Trigger make it?
As that. Yes.
I think so.
Every time Trigger gets an award, I'll count that as lit.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, I'm still planning on watching it. I'm still curious because I hear the music slaps and it looks fun. So I'll give it a lit. Just because I was expecting.
It's lit.
Yeah. It could have gone to like
Same
a Sword
reasons,
Art
you know.
Online.
Yeah, it
true.
could have gone to just the 5th season of I forgot the name of it. Anyways, yeah, you know, and a Netflix show of all things, I think.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
distributed on Netflix. Moving on. So Mr. Beast, our favorite content creator, tweeted out fairly recently, I don't know if you guys saw this, asking his followers, because he just released a new line of candy bars in Walmarts across the nation called Feastables. He asked all of his followers, if they come across a disheveled shelf unit of Feastables, please clean it up for me. Make it look nice. And then thousands of people tweeted back, "Did I do a good job, sir?" Like pictures of them fixing up these things. Lit or
Gotta
not
find it.
lit?
I mean, there's two sides to this. It's not
You gotta
lit.
be definitive.
This is bozo behavior. It's lit that he has made Project Mayhem real. Like,
It's lit.
I'm with you. I'm gonna do a double. It's lit on this one. I'm just
Make it a-
impressed. We're making it a triple here.
Make it a triple lit.
It's
I'm all
lit.
about this. You know,
We got this turkey lit, folks. I think it's impressive that he has a legion of follow. Like,
this
Donald
is
Trump doesn't
He has a-
even.
well, they stormed something.
That's true. That's true.
They
Yeah.
Mr. Beast followers would finish the job. Let's
yeah.
be real.
If Mr. Beast followers were there, they would have overturned the election. This is Edward Norton at the hotel or at the police station in Fight Club, and he's trying to turn himself in, and the police are like, "No, sir, right this way," and like showing him out the door because
it's all done, sir.
yeah.
It's all taken care of. Yeah, it's making Walmart employees' jobs a little bit easier, and it's getting. I think it's like a kind bit of engagement. It's a little concerning that this a guy named Jimmy like this has so many dedicated followers, but he's doing it for the best. I don't think he has like a harmful bone in his body.
Like
We've
all
seen it.
like all Mr. Beast news, this is a objectively good thing that was done in a weird way. Like this is
Yeah.
I'm not sure I agree with the work here, but the end result is sure.
Sure. It's got to be better tasting than Hershey's. Let me throw that out there. I mean, everyone's
yeah.
like, when you think Hershey's
Yeah.
or think chocolate, you think Hershey's. Hershey's tastes like shit. I don't know if that's a bold take or what, but hopefully they figured out how to make plain milk chocolate taste good.
Yeah.
I could do a whole episode on the Hershey's chocolate taste scandal thing.
Okay, next episode, folks.
Next
tune in.
episode. Yeah.
It's because we don't have.
No. Next episode, we're having Bran on. Still tune in for that. Following episode, tune in for
Deal.
the other stuff.
Yeah. Ferrero Rocher released a candy bar, so it's over for everyone else.
Did they really?
I need to check that out.
Yeah.
Damn.
It was getting advertised out the wazoo the other day, and I'm like, I gotta get that. That sounds amazing.
You know what they have in Arizona, and I need to go get this yesterday, is Hard Monster. Monster has released a hard seltzer that tastes like all of their energy drinks. Oh, you know I'm about to
That
get
just tastes
sloshed
like a
in the next
hole in drywall.
Yep.
That's gonna be me with the hard Arizona iced tea. I know that's out there somewhere. I want to try it.
There's also Hard Simply Lemonade and Hard Simply Orange, which props to them. Moving on. to
Everyone's
lit-
getting
or-
hard
or
these
the-
days.
That's true. That's true.
Lit.
That's lit.
That's
Everybody getting hard and
It's
lit.
lit.
bricked up on a Monday. Radish stream. Moving on to next one. Putting olive oil on your ice cream or in your coffee.
Sean has
Lit.
tried this. Yep.
Yeah.
It's lit.
Yeah. I think we all have like a natural hesitation associating savory like flavors with olive oil with like things we consider sweet. But I think if done well with good quality products, it can be really good. I had like a really nice like olive oil like cake from like a local coffee shop a couple weeks ago. I loved it. It was great. And I think another local coffee shop, I work in a fucking has like an olive oil cortado, like a thyme olive oil cortado right now that I really want to give a shot. I want to try it. I'm gonna say lit.
Much like Mr. Beast. Much like Mr. Beast. If a well-groomed man in a canvas apron tells Sean to try some messed up recipe, he will do it. So, I'm saying not lit.
Where are you at though?
I'm saying
Not lit.
it might taste good. I'm foreseeing slippery ice cream. I don't want that.
It's already slippery.
I know it's gonna get worse. I'm gonna drop it. This is a disaster for my clothes. Tyler stands no chance.
No, yeah, my clothes would be ruined.
I think.
I don't like eating
Could you imagine?
anything oily. I don't know why I'd add oil to.
Wish this
to
had
things
more
that
oil
aren't-
in it.
Yeah.
Sean's America.
I should also say it doesn't take a sharp dressed man and a good apron to get me to try anything. The double down's coming back, which very lit. I'm gonna get one. I don't know where KFC is nearby, but I'm getting
It's
one.
lit.
Harlan Sanders, well-dressed man in an apron.
That's true.
He wears
That
a
is
bolo
true. He is a
tie.
handsome man. Yeah.
Next one, we got to keep this train rolling here. The family of a child named Cannonball fashions him platform shoes so he can ride
it's
all the
just
big kid
Cannon
rides
Child.
at Disney.
I think it's canon. It's
No,
He's
it's
just
Cannonball.
legendary love
It's
canon.
lit.
Lit.
Lit. Yeah.
100% lit. Do we need to even go into it? I
Well,
mean,
they deleted the TikTok. The TikTok's incredible because it's them fashioning platform shoes for their kid to beat the height requirement. It's they're playing Fortunate Son by CCR, which is funny because you can picture this kid being dropped like a bomb out of a helicopter as he goes over the Matterhorn.
jettisoned. But there goes Cannon.
it was Cannonball.
See, I'm wondering, like, I guess it beats the height requirement, but I guess, like, are you still not big enough for the restraints?
No.
Is that the problem? Like, you could still, like, slip out?
Yes.
Yeah.
Man.
What if
I-
you're a
I-
kid with long legs and a short torso, though?
Well,
You don't go
then
outside.
you'd be aptly named Cannonball. That's for sure.
I don't think it was Cannonball.
No, it wasn't. It was Cannon. Still a wild name to name a child, but
What's the youngest a kid can be and the shortest that
0.
you would get to call him Stretch? Hey, Stretch. I got a nephew on the way. Can I just call him Stretch, 3 months old?
I think
Yeah.
4 years is where you can start giving nicknames because it's before that's just mean. They have no control over that.
4 years.
For
But
that, you
it's also
just
got to
talk
be
to him
tall.
like an adult.
It's gotta be like a tall ass 4-year-old and like
Yeah.
shocking. Like whoa,
Just-
and that's when I think.
My
it'd be
God.
It's gotta have a deep voice.
You call it Stretch, so you don't call it something.
Full head of hair, all of his
Because
adult
I have
teeth.
iPad time. Yeah. Hey, Stretch.
All right, here's a scenario. You're 7 minutes from home. It's sunny out, but there's a light enough drizzle where you have to turn on your windshield wipers. What are the state of your car's headlights?
It's sunny out.
Yeah, but it's drizzling,
Off.
and
Not
it's enough. Not
Not
lit.
lit.
Not lit.
If it was cloudy, yes. Or foggy.
Yeah, if it was cloudy.
I
But
think the
if it's-
law
if it's-
is if there's rain, it's gotta be lit.
All right, Alanis.
That's where I'm at.
You live in
It's
a
lit.
different state.
Yeah, when it rains here, people get scared.
Yeah.
What is it? What do Arizonans even call it when because we know what the Georgians call it when the sun's out and it starts raining. What is it called out west?
What is it called here?
They say God is weeping. Why do we live here?
This whole city is a
feel sorry
testament
for
to
us.
man's hubris.
Last one. You meet a man named Eddie in a Walmart and his shirt's off.
Lit.
Lit.
It's lit.
He's lost so much weight.
26
He's in Berlin,
pounds.
California. He looks
He's
great.
And he's Eddie.
And he's
for
Eddie.
those of you who thought we lost our minds, we have lost our minds. But also, there's a TikTok account. I don't even know what TikTok account's called. TikTok just decided, yeah,
Eddie
this is Tyler
Lovesies.
stuff.
Lovesies.
Eddie.
Eddie loves E. Yeah.
All he does is take his shirt off, and people ask him why.
It took me too many TikToks to watch to realize he actually did not know these people, and they
Yeah.
were just like folks he found on the street of like, hey, I've got like a project for school. Can you help me film this?
Eddie's
Yeah.
an inspiration because someone could be standing on my foot and I'd be like, he'll move in a second. He's walking up shirtless in public and being like, would you film me?
I like to imagine he's just taking the shirt off and like he's putting it on back real quick before like a staff member notices. But
Yeah.
man, can you imagine just like working at a Best Buy in Burbank and like there's like an email going around just like watch out for this guy.
This man is not allowed inside stores at all.
The other day he was at the
Do not
opera.
ask him why his shirt's off.
He was at a symphony hall.
Yeah, he was. He was with his shirt off. It's because he's Eddie.
Yeah.
He lost 26
Yeah.
pounds. He looks great.
Yeah,
It looks great. My favorite part or my favorite ones are the ones where the editing's just a little off, and so it's just like you get like shirt off, and it's just it's great. And sometimes people don't flip the camera around. It's awesome.
So good, so good. We love Eddie here, and thanks for listening to.
Is it lit or not lit?
I
Where
am
did-
the best.
Where did you find that very like unenthusiastic yes sound effect?
don't
That's
even
my
remember.
favorite. Yeah.
I pulled the crowd. I had my shirt off in a Walmart.
You look great.
Yeah. That about does it, folks. Thanks for the people who tuned in on Twitch. If you're listening at home and you haven't caught us on Twitch yet, it's a riot. We're all on the chat. Sean's scared, but it's okay. Twitch.tv/radishpod. But if you don't have time to catch us on Monday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern, we got a YouTube channel now. YouTube.com/@radishpod, where you can go and watch our recordings, plus our TikTok cicadids, plus our video game streams whenever we do that.
One of my coworkers left their YouTube logged in on the work computer, so I went in and did the right thing. I subscribed to our channel,
Awesome.
so they're
Awesome.
gonna start
Doing
getting
the
them on
Lord's
that
work.
Discover and wondering why. It's gonna be great.
Yeah, so I'm at Tyler. You can find me online at Tyler from Radish. Like I just said, you can find the podcast online, twitch.tv/radishpod, youtube.com/@radishpod, and on Twitter @radishpod. At this time, you can join our Discord at indiesaurus.com/discord. Do that. We've got a lot of really exciting news coming soon in that regard. So, and tune in next week. Bran is our very good friend Bran.
What is wrong?
Go on,
Sorry.
nerd. You're good. You're good. Nothing's wrong.
Sean has a look of just absolute glee, like he walked downstairs on Christmas Day.
I was
and there's
thinking
the biggest
horror.
present he's seen. Oh,
No, it was.
It was horror?
No. I'll incorporate this in my plug. I'm
Okay.
Sean. You can find me on Twitter at Sean from Radish, Sean and Barry everywhere else, where I'll be posting pictures of my two cats who have found a rubber band. And at one point, Gus, one of the cats, stole it from Hobie, and it fell on top of his head. And so he just stood up and was like trying to get it, and he couldn't figure out why the thing he was seeing directly in front of him he could not reach. and it's just magical.
Okay, Tyler, can you
Pure
finish
bliss.
your plugs now? Because John.
Yeah, sorry. No, that was very rude to Bran. Sean Bran, who from New Nintendo Podcast XL, and has been doing
Sorry,
a
Bran.
lot of really great Legend of Zelda streams, is going to be joining us next week. So tune in for that. And that's all my plugs.
I'm Will. You can find me at Will from Radish. That's all I got. I'm not really taboo. That's a different guy.
Yeah, that's right. Okay,
Yeah.
you're more of an Apple D app.
Yeah, I don't want to say that, but like I am.
There's literally a member named Will of that band.
No, that's him though.
Yeah.
I not am.
All right, bye everybody.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.